Okay. Well, let's get started, everyone. Ms. Kelly?
We are ready.
Okay. Well, we want to welcome you to the call. We know in business and in life, tools help us, and we have an expert here today. We have Tommy Triplett, who's going to be sharing about some of our online tools and how we can utilize them to build our business, including favao.com, our new XANGO.com, the XANGO Me, my links, and, of course, the mobile apps. So we're really excited. Tommy, why don't you cover a little bit about XANGO.com? And I think the first one, I just saw Vern Andrews' video.
Oh,
wow.
I
love that video. If you've not seen it, go on and click on it. And Tommy, and on any of this too, I was sitting with Scott Nelson this morning and we were talking about SEO. So anytime you see something on Facebook, and I know, Sandy, you were aware of this, but always click back to XANGO.com, because what will happen, anything negative that may end up in the news on a Google search, if you tie it back to XANGO.com, such as the Vern Andrews, and you're sharing that, click on it from the XANGO.com Facebook page. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Or directly. Can you walk us through that, Tommy, for example? Where would we find Vern Andrews' video?
Yeah, so Vern Andrews, he's on XANGO.com and he's on favao.com. And there's a nice little before-after shot of him on favao.com with that new video, and it looks great. And so if you hit favao.com, he'll pop right up. He's the big banner right there, and it'll show his story. And it's a really neat story. I really liked it. It's kind of
just a few minutes long. It's perfect.
Talks about him and his cowboy life and how his horse is so much happier now that he's lighter.
and I couldn't believe he was that much overweight. I had no idea when I saw him. Okay. So that is, so the testimonials, where do you find the testimonials in general?
Yeah, there is on the left-hand side, on the left column, there's a testimonials menu item. And you just click on that, and that'll take you right to most of our featured testimonials. And there you can browse around through a myriad of different stories about XANGO. Some have videos, but they all have their before and after pictures, and you can just browse through those. And those are really great for telling that story about the favao, about their favao experience.
Okay. Now tell us a little bit about blog or the Buzz, for example, on favao.com. What's on the blog there?
Yeah, the blog, it's got a lot of just health-related articles. You'll see anything from recipes to exercise to health tips, just anything that's related to health and wellness. And you'll have Robin and Trish write a lot of different things on there, and they're all really great and very pertinent. There's a lot of very seasonal recipes that you'll see come out, stuff for the 4th of July, stuff for Christmas or something like that. And they're all very healthy and very good recipes that you'll see.
Okay.
Can anybody get on favao.com, or do you have to have a specific login?
Yes, so any of this stuff that we're talking about right now, anyone can see. Now, there are some login or subscriber-only content that we'll get into in a second, but this is all available for anybody.
Okay. So how do you subscribe?
So purchasing the booklet, the favao booklet, will automatically give you a subscriber access to the favao site.
Okay.
And that will allow you to log in, and you get some new tools, which is some weight tracking and the meal plan and exercise plan that are related to the favao program.
Okay.
It's really nice because it's dynamic, and it will show based on how far you are in the program. If you're on week 2 or week 3, it'll automatically pull up the pertinent meals or the pertinent exercises that you should be doing that day or that week.
Online as well as on the recipe book. Okay.
Yeah, and you can always refer to the booklet, but this just shows it more dynamically.
Okay. Well, can you explain a little bit more about the favao mobile application, how it works and what platforms and et cetera? Because I know we've got all kinds of phones in the world of XANGO, for example.
Yeah, we've got both a Android and iPhone favao app, and it's essentially an extension of the site. You'll have a lot of the same things, the exercises, meal plans. It's kind of nice because you can have that with you. If you were doing your exercises, you could track it there as opposed to if you're in the gym or something, as opposed to having to have your computer.
Okay.
And also it has the grocery list so that you can pull those up if you are shopping and
Right.
just need to see what you need to order for the next week's food.
Oh, that's cool. So it's right there on your phone that you can download. Well, let's move on to our main site, Tommy, XANGO.com. Tell us a little bit about the XANGO Me My Link.
Yeah, the My Link is...
What is it, number one, for those of everyone on the phone call?
To give a real simple explanation of the My Link, it is like a replicated site. And so it's basically a personalized site, but it's built onto the corporate site, which is what makes it a little more unique and more powerful. So it's basically the idea is I can share links with other people who are non-distributors, and when they come visit XANGO.com, it'll be tagged with my information. So I'll be a guest. My friends will be a guest of me, and anything they do will be credited to me. If they sign up or shop, it'll be all credited to me. So if they want to be a customer or something, they can do that. Now, is that only? I noticed that because when Sonia Taylor, for example, gave a shout out. She's not from America. Is this a global or only for U.S.? Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that. It is in the U.S. It is being released in Canada soon, and then do we know when? I don't know off the top of my head. Okay. Yes. That's on target. Yeah, we're on target for that, and then we will have some global expansion, but I don't have many details on that. Okay. So let's go through the things that you're available to share in Buzz. Now, Buzz, and where is Buzz? When you go on XANGO.com, where on the site is it? Yes. And so what's in it? There are like 4 or 5 tabs across the top of XANGO.com, depending on if you're logged in or not. But there's always a Buzz tab up at the very top. So right along the top of the website, you'll see a Buzz tab. Okay. And if you click into that, there's 4 different menu items in there. There's blog articles, infographics. We just added TV, so TV is now migrated into there, and then we have some contests that are in there. Okay. And this is what I did want to mention about MyLink and what makes the MyLink program much more powerful than a replicated site is because you have all of this current and up-to-date content that you can now share with anybody. And like things like, for example, the blog article. There was a article that just got posted, 6 tips for eating smart. Right. And I can share that article out, and it's applicable to whoever wants to read that. And if they come in, they'll be tagged as your guest, and they can see what XANGO's about. And I never had to share my distributor ID or any of my information. All I had to do was just share it on Facebook, and it makes it so easy. Okay. Moving into that. So walk me through it because I'm trying to visualize it. Yes. Yes. It's actually quite simple. All you have to do is log into the site, and you'll see up in the right-hand corner. Distributor ID. Yes. Distributor ID and your MyXango password. Okay. And you'll be logged in the site. You'll see your name up in the corner or your distributor ID. And if you've added your picture will show up there too. Okay. And then this is the important thing. You'll see a little MyLink icon that's above every piece of content. So if I'm in a blog article, you see this little MyLink icon, and it's right next to the Facebook and Twitter links. And that's just telling you that that's safe to share, that will be tagged to you. When you're logged out, it doesn't have that. And so you just want to make sure you're logged in before you share anything. And when you share things, they are now, when you share things, they now have your distributor ID automatically embedded in that link. Okay. Cool. And it's really that simple. I just share it on Facebook, I share it on Twitter. So the MB30 videos or any of that. The MB30 videos, infographics. There's a new one, running versus biking infographic that just got put up. And the nice thing about that is, if you don't know anything about XANGO, but you're into biking or into running, I, as a distributor, could share that with you, and that might have interest to you, and you could click through and read that, and you've already become a guest of me and they're tagged as a guest of me, and I didn't even have to talk about XANGO or anything like that. I it was a really easy way for me to share. Okay. Just applicable information.
So from that link, they can shop. They can actually buy.
So once they're tagged as your guest, they can shop. There's a shop tab also up there. They can shop. So they don't have to have an ID or anything. Exactly. They could run right through to the checkout, and we've tried to make it very similar to checking out anywhere online, like Amazon or anything like that. It's just, do you want to become a distributor, customer, and then it's a very typical online checkout, and they're done.
So I'm reading through the blog, and then above the blog right there, it'll say shop.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. There will be a shop there, and even up in the header, there's also a shop. So a couple buttons that we've arranged.
Cool. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. And then that also goes with sharing any kind of photos on any of the photo contests, correct?
Yeah, and this one's kind of fun as well because any distributor could go into that photo contest and could upload a photo.
Yeah, there were some cool ones in XANGO.
Yeah, but I think it's a great way to share with people because then you could say, you could make a Facebook post and say, hey, I've entered this photo contest. Hey, everyone, will you come in and vote for my photo?
Right.
And then it's a great way of getting people into XANGO site and seeing what it is.
Right now there's a current photo contest with entering all of your photos from previous XANGO conventions. And that's another way to rally your teams and also get some unity going, especially, pit the U.S. against Canada, the Canada against the Mexico. Great prizes going on. It's fun.
I like
just
the contest.
Some healthy competition.
That's right.
Okay.
I like the contests that you guys put on there. Also about, share this, and if you share this so many times and you win specific things, and an RSL package and stuff too.
Yes.
So we've always got a number of contests going on there, so it's fun.
Well, let's talk about what's currently available, the XANGO app 2.0 for Android, and then, of course, iOS coming soon. Tell us a little bit about what's coming up. Give us a little bit of tease.
Well,
the future.
First off, I as an Android user am excited because this is the first time we've released an app for Android before we released it for iOS.
I know.
So
Willie Jackson will be happy. He's an Android user.
Yes, I'm a Google fanboy, so that was fun. But I know the iOS is coming out soon. That's in development. But we just released this new XANGO 2.0 app, and this is really neat. It's almost an extension of MyLink, but now we've done it on the mobile, in the mobile platform. And essentially, what it does, in a nutshell, you download this app, it will import all your contacts into your phone, into the app, and then I can now take any contact that was already in my phone and I can share a number of MB30 or favao-related videos, and we just got a few right now, but we're adding more. And
so I could share. Since we've just talked about the Vern Andrews video, I want to share that, let's say, with some of my cowboy friends in Alabama.
I could select that video, and it will text them the link.
Okay.
And I can edit that, and it'll say, hey, check out this video, and it has a little link right there, and that'll come in as a mobile text. So now instead of email or Facebook, you're texting them an invite. And again, it's got your distributor ID embedded in that link. So when someone visits from their phone, they'll already be your guest. They'll already be plugged in, and they can watch the video, and they can either call you back or they could just shop right there and sign up.
And they can go shopping immediately.
So it's just another. We've made it even easier since we've got such a mobile world right now. We've made it applicable to your mobile phone for sharing as well, and that makes it just that much easier to share the XANGO message.
Okay. That's coming up soon.
So the XANGO app is out right now, and the iOS will be out. I would say it will be out within the month. But that's in development right now.
That sounds good. Well, Tommy, thank you so much for all your support. Tommy is, when you come on the second floor, get off that elevator, he's right there, and he's always working 24/7 and always assisting and helping us with everything. So, Tommy, we really appreciate you and all of the web team, the marketing team with the web team, and if we need to, I think in the future, we could do a webinar and let you show us how, rather than just telling us how.
Is there webinars on there that sort of explain some of this
You've
stuff?
got some.
Yes, we have some technology videos. Again, TV is now in XANGO.com, so you could go into TV and there is technology videos in there.
Training videos?
Training videos.
In the TV.
Exactly.
Okay.
If you want to know more about MyLink, just type in my link into the search field, and you'll get a number of videos or articles related to that you can browse through and see hands-on exactly how it works. We go through the entire experience for you.
Yeah, they're beautiful, beautifully done. So if you ever need any explanation, go to XANGO TV and click on some of those, and it'll walk you right through it.
Okay, perfect. Well, thank you. Y'all are ahead of it. I love it, love it, love it. Okay, well, we have our newest 500K, Ray Heron, that is on the phone. Ray, are you still there with us?
I'm right here, Beverly.
Well, Ray, it's always good to chat with you. I had a great opportunity a couple of weeks ago, Ray, to be with your newest premiere and 20Ks and new 5Ks and new 1Ks in France in the Provence area. And I know Fred's on the phone, too, and Fred was my translator because he even translated from English to French in one of my conversations. But let's talk a little bit, Ray, about setting goals. Joe wanted you to share, some of the information, the most important thing on setting goals. You chose strategically, it's my understanding, you wanted to build your organization with a certain width. But let's talk about how you chose to set your goal. And I know you have worked with Kelly and her team on setting your goals for your 500K and how you achieved it, and the timeline and the plot and why you chose to do it that way.
Well, thanks, Beverly. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, whatever time it is where you are in the world. It's always a pleasure to be on the call with you. Beverly, Joe and I were just talking yesterday, and he said he would like to, I think it's something he's going to do in all of these corporate calls, including the product calls, try to add a little bit of business building tips at the end of all these, and I really applaud that. I think it's wonderful. And Tommy, thank you very much. Boy, there's lots of technology that's going to fit into your written plan, I can assure you folks. Right. I heard earlier on the call my good friends Steve and Cindy Hall, 200Ks out of Florida, and I was thinking when Steve came on, my goodness, between Steve and I, we've been doing this, well, actually not even between us. If you took us individually, we've been doing this more than most of you have been alive. In fact, I'd recommend on the next business building tip, get Steve and Cindy on. They're wonderful. But, goals are so important. They really are. And I know, it's got to be basic 101. A goal is nothing more than a direction where you want to head.
Right. Mm-hmm.
There's an old ancient Chinese proverb that says, "Man who aims at nothing is surely to hit it." Mm-hmm. And a lot of wisdom in that old saying, and it's true. I learned in the early days of network marketing that you got to find out what you want to do. What do you want to accomplish? I mean, if it's a rank advancement, write it down. If it's a numerical amount of money, for me that's what it was. Write it down. Einstein said when you write it down, it's like writing it on the tissue of your brain. It's something that drives you. And I was taught in the early days from my goal, and I still do it today and try to teach people to do it, is to take a small card. The idea is not to write a war and peace novel, but to write a paragraph or two of what you want to accomplish in your XANGO business. You can do it in your personal life as well, but simply write it down and review it often. And I like to tell this story because it's the reason that I'm even on this call today, because I'm not a guy you would have picked out of the crowd to succeed doing this, but I was taught that early on, and I was actually taught it by Napoleon Hill from his book. I wrote on a card that I'd be earning $5,000 a month within 90 days. Now, that's a pretty lofty goal for someone that's never done networking, but 26 years ago I did write that down. And I must tell you that, my goal wasn't much more than that. I was so broke I needed to make that happen. I wrote on that card I'd earn $5,000 in 90 days, and at the end of 90 days, my check, I'll never forget, it was over $5,000 for the month before. And so I had the belief that's carried me to this very day, and I still use these little cards when I want to accomplish something. And you had mentioned Gaston, good friend of ours in southern France, and Mado was a 5K distributor here a few months back, and most of you know that my birthday was May the 5th of this year, and I turned 65 years young on that day, and I got to looking around. You know, Cheryl and I have been involved in XANGO since day one, and I thought it surely is time that we make 500K. We've been 200K distributors for years and years and years, and it's easy to get comfortable with success. And I suppose that's kind of where I was, and basically working with the group and not really expanding. And so I thought, I'm going to be, by my 65th birthday, we're going to be a 500K distributor in XANGO. So I simply wrote down on a card that by my 65th birthday, I would be a 500K distributor. When you look at the organization, Mado being a 5K distributor in France, we had a little interview, decided to get together. We flew over to France, we sat down, we put a business plan together, and I'm reading my card all the time, working with Mado. And what's interesting is that in the back office, you know, you can go there any day and you can take a look, and at the end of every month, it usually takes 5-6 days for the month to settle in, settle out, and the computer will give you your classification for that month. And on my 65th birthday, which happened to be a Sunday, you know the computer doesn't sleep, I opened it, went to the back office, and we were fully qualified 500K distributors on my birthday. So writing things down make a heck of a difference. They really do. And so for me, and I just advise you to do this. Decide what you want to do. If you want to go from 5K to 20K, determine when you want to do it by. Write that down and review it often. Here's what happens when you review it often. It forces you to go to work. You got to have, is what Jim Rohn would say, one of those don't kid yourself days anymore. You can't read that written plan for your life and not do anything and accomplish that goal. So I think the basics is it starts right there. And Joe also talked about a list.
Yes, the second.
You know, Steve Hall would certainly agree with me. A list, something you got to have. You know, make a list. We must make our list and add to our list all the time. Those that know me know that you have to. You know, our inventory for building our business is people. So you've got to add people to your list at all times, and these are basic things that we learned way back, you know, close to 3 decades ago. We learned to write your goals down, make a list, and simply put a smile on your face and go to work. So make your list as long as you can. If you make a list of 10 people and you call 7, they say no, you could go into panic mode. So make your list as long as you can, and I want you to feel comfortable about something in network marketing. We think we got to sponsor the world. Now, certainly you're going to bring a lot of people to XANGO before what I'm going to say will happen to you. But if you'll make your list, go to work, write your goals down, go to work, call these people, get some information to them, follow up, put them on the phone with a team member. If you'll do those things, you're only looking for 4 or 5 pretty good people to get involved in your business. Then you don't have to worry about your list, your particular list, probably anymore, although I would encourage you to keep adding to it. But you're going to probably spend the rest of your career in network marketing working underneath and supporting these 4 to 5 key organizations that you have.
Now, Ray, I know you just mentioned Napoleon Hill. You know, Joe wanted all of us to really reread Think and Grow Rich. Know where you're going, as you said, set your goals, be clear, focus, be precise. Talk to us just a little bit about Think and Grow Rich, your belief in this. Think.
Well, you know, the title of the book ought to be attractive to most of us, right? And, you know, but you got to ask yourself, is it possible to think myself to wealth? And I got to tell you it is. Certainly you can't just sit at home and think about these things, but Napoleon Hill just taught me some basic things, and in reality he talks about the secret in the book, and he said those that find it, he doesn't make it real obvious, but he said those that find it will go on to achieve some great things. And I'm paraphrasing a little bit, but his secret in the book has to do with what I just said. Find out what you want, write it down, and review it often. And it's a pretty amazing thing. That was the secret I got from that book. And, I mean, there's a whole lot more in that book, you know, the mindset of a mastermind group. Well, a mastermind group for me and you in network marketing is our team. That's our mastermind group, you know. And it's just great reading. It's you do realize that, you know, he talks about people. I think it was either Carnegie. It might have been. Well, I'll just say one of the people that he quoted in the book was, you know, a guy came in his office one day and says. He asked him for some advice for success, and he said, write down the 6 most important things that you have to get accomplished by tomorrow. If that works for you, you can pay me later. And he thought it was strange advice coming from Napoleon Hill, but he did. He wrote it down. He wrote it down, the 6 most important things he had to do the next day. And he said it was the most valuable tip that he'd ever gotten in his entire life, and offered to pay an extravagant amount of money sometime down the road for that one tip that he got. So I think just, Beverly, for me, it teaches you to think about, you know, rich means a lot of things to a lot of people. I just think rich is if you just don't have to worry about money, you know. And for me, I tell people money probably is the least of all values, but it's about the most important thing in the world when you don't have enough of it. It's about all you can think about.
Well,
but in the book, Think and Grow Rich, there's just lots of secrets there.
Now, thinking about money, we've got, today is June the 27th, and I loved what you said, the 6 most important things for tomorrow, you know, about that volume and month-end closing. What is your business tip on that one? Today is the 27th.
Well, it's real easy. Those 6 things that you've been putting off for the last 30 days and maybe the last 3 years.
Yeah.
And that involves 6 people. It's always people in mind in your business.
Yeah.
So 6 people that you need to contact tomorrow, probably half of them are already in business with you, and there's another 3 that you need to talk to about your business. So that would be the tip I'd give anybody.
Okay. And then, of course, we do want a strong month in. And we've got, we're busy getting things ready. Obviously, for September, we will be releasing our speakers and everyone, and some exciting things that are coming, you know, definitely coming up at our Bold convention with some bold new strides that we'll be doing.
And let's don't forget to reserve our hotel rooms.
Yes.
We want to push to do
We've
that.
got a huge, I know you've got 60 or so coming just from France. I mean, that not just from all the...
That's an incredible group just from one little small country. Oh, there's one big business building tip that I need to give Beverly.
Okay.
And this is it. Everybody needs to participate in this. We're going to have a distributor training on Sunday after the convention.
Yes.
And it's going to be extremely valuable. You're going to get to hear from a lot of people who've experienced a phenomenal amount of success. Right. And you can go to XANGOUnited.com. The tickets are $20, and it's an all-day affair. It's going to be amazing.
I love it. I love it. Thank you, Ray, so much. And I know, Jennifer, you've got a little promotion, don't you? A weekly promotion for us.
Always a good promotion.
We do, Beverly. This is a great one. This week, for 2 days only, you can pick up the Favao book. This also includes online access to favao.com.
All those wonderful things Tommy was talking about.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's a 2-for-1 membership, so buy one, get one free.
Yeah. Woo! 2 for 1. And how long does this run? 48 hours? I'm sorry. When does the clock start? Yeah.
It starts right now.
Okay. And what's the SKU number and what's the price?
Well, we have 3 different SKUs because you can order a combination of either men's or women's book.
Okay.
The price is $50.
$50, so it's 2 for 1.
2 for 1, so you're saving $50.
Okay.
Fantastic. If you order the men's and women's book, the item number is 113147.
Would you repeat that? Men and women's is what?
Yeah, men and women's is 113147.
Okay.
And 2 men's books, item number is 113146.
For memberships, so that gives 2 online memberships as well.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
Repeat that item number, please.
It's 113146.
For the 2 men.
For the 2 men.
And then 2 women.
And 2 women. The item number is 113148.
Okay, repeat that again.
113148.
Okay, great.
Buy one, get one free. That's really good.
And how long does this last again?
2 days only.
2 days only.
Today and tomorrow.
Okay.
And it's call-in only.
Call-in only.
Call customer service.
Okay.
And they'll place these orders for you.
Well, we are very grateful for your time. We thank each and every one of you. Thank you, Tommy. Thank you, Ray. Thank you so much, Kelly, for all you're doing. And Joe Morton is going crazy wishing he could be on this call with us. But he's about to do some great meetings in, I think, Thousand Oaks. Yeah, Thousand Oaks tonight, and is on his way. He was actually stuck on the tarmac at LAX. But Think and Grow Rich is exactly focusing, really knowing where you want to go and having these business tips, setting your goals, how are you going to get there, and then, of course, your list. What do you want to accomplish? I love that quote that you just talked about with Einstein. I wrote it down, to write it down, because I do that too. I always write everything down. Well, we love you all. We appreciate you. There's so many exciting things happening with BOLD, with our convention. You have to get your people there. When we said BOLD in capital letters, we meant bold. There are going to be things that will blow your socks off, to put it from a Southern term, and it will be something that will boldly move your business ahead, which we're excited about, and boldly double your checks. That's what I love.
So with these weekly calls as well, always, from here on out, we want to have a business tip with one, an expert, just like Ray Heron and some of the other leaders out there. So if you have a business tip or you want to hear a business tip, email me what you would like to listen to or hear, or if you want to share one on this call. Excellent. So kellya@xango.com, and it'll be great.
There's also a book that I would love to share with you. It's called E Squared, and there are experiments, do-it-yourself experiments that really prove the value of Think and Grow Rich. That the thoughts you think create the words you say, create the habits, create your beliefs, create your life. And it's called E Squared, and it's on Amazon.com. And it's very powerful, and a very powerful tool for you and your business with your teams. Because the way you think and writing it down creates that action and that list that you go through. So we love you all. Have a blessed evening, and we will not be doing the call next week.
4th of July in the United States.
We will be July 7th, and the topic is Elevate.
July 11th.
July 11th. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, guys. We love you. Bye.